Welcome to the Sean Trey Show. I have a really nice guest with us today. Now, would you like to introduce yourself and tell people who you are and what you do?
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Fabian Bodet, outdoor photographer in Chamonix-Mont-Blanc in France.
Now, I found you because you have some absolutely amazing photos
Thank you.
on Instagram. And I've been interviewing many people from movies and people that do photographers that do things, but outdoor photography to me is so special. Now, tell me, what does an outdoor photographer do? What do you do?
Outdoor photographer. So me, I walk a lot in the mountain during winter time.
Yeah.
Most of my work is winter time, but an outdoor photographer is, to me, someone who take pictures of action pictures of any sport you can practice in mountain.
Yeah. So it's like snowboarding, downhill skiing.
Yeah. Yes.
Mountain climbing, mountaineering.
Yeah. That's it. All this stuff. You tell me. Mountain bike.
Mountain biking. Wow.
Yeah.
Is it easy or is it hard to do?
It's not so easy. But it could sometimes it's easy, but not often.
No.
Because we've got the condition, the weather.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's not so easy. We get cold a lot.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So no, it's not so easy to get beautiful photos when you go up there in the mountain. To me it's hard sometimes.
something simple, like say I'm taking a photo with my camera, a regular day, it's hot outside, click, easy, camera works well.
Yeah.
But when it's cold, you have gloves.
Yes.
To control the camera with gloves on is hard too.
Yeah, I'm used to it because I'm ready. I used to take photos with mittens.
With mittens.
Big
Yeah, mittens. That's right. Yeah.
Mittens. Yeah, that's it. So you have to really be careful of what you're doing because you can miss the click, the buttons.
Right.
Yeah, but you're used to it.
You're used to it. That's wild.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, is that if you're going to take pictures of someone on the mountain, you have to climb the mountain too.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes not, because you're looking for your angle. You have to imagine before you go somewhere, because it's not so easy to go. So you think about it, what could be the best to get the shot. And so sometimes you are with the skier, or you follow him, you climb with him, or sometimes not, you go totally different way.
Really?
You take easier way to it depends, but sometimes you're really into it.
That's wild. That's really wild. Now for this type of photography, like, I always worry too. Like, I have a problem here in Vietnam because for us, our problem is if I'm shooting outside, our cameras get hot. Our cameras get really hot. And when cameras get hot, lots of problems. Batteries start failing, things start turning off, and they just, sensors will go out. If it gets too hot, it's really bad. But too cold can also cause some problems for cameras, right?
Right. Yeah. Kind of the same.
Yeah.
It's freezing, or the snow, it's too wet, too could be very wet. So sometimes the camera doesn't work anymore. You have to take care of the batteries.
Yeah.
You know, get it warm in your clothes or.
Wow.
Yeah, it could be sometimes a mess.
Right. I was thinking that because I remember when I lived in the US and we lived in a very cold place. And you have a car, and a good car will turn on easily. But when it gets cold, machines don't like the super cold, and cameras are the same. Now, what type of cameras do you use for photography when you go into the mountains?
Action to me, it's
Is it?
it's you mean the
Are
brand?
yeah. Well, I mean, are you shooting on a mirrorless or a DSLR?
Yes, I just had a mirrorless like 1 year ago.
Nice.
So yes, it's a totally new thing for me. It's very light. We need light gear to go up there.
That's what I was wondering. Because
Yes. So
because for some sports, like you go to the Olympics, and the photographer has Canon 1D, and a
Yes.
big long lens. It's heavy. It's really really heavy. Those professional long lenses. Now, so you're shooting mirrorless. That's really fascinating to me.
it's
Is it really small and better?
yeah. I used to have Canon 1D, and I changed to get smaller gear. Well, now mirrorless are very small, light, and with a very good quality.
Right.
And so I changed for that, and we try to get less lens with us, like maybe two, to just wide angle and a teleobjective.
Telephoto.
Yeah,
Telephoto.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work with two lenses, and
That's awesome.
when I go in the mountain.
Zoom lenses or only primes?
No zoom.
Zoom? No zoom.
Yeah.
So
No, we have.
You have
I
to have
have
zoom.
to have one.
Yeah.
I have to.
One zoom. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that a couple times. Like it's, when I travel, my camera bag is so heavy, and if you're going into the mountains, I can't imagine. So what type of camera are you shooting on now? What brand? Is it a Canon mirrorless, or are you trying something new?
Fujifilm.
Oh, Fuji is beautiful. Takes beautiful photos. Yeah. Their colors are really nice. That's really cool.
And it's very, very easy to use it. It's really like old school one.
Yeah.
So you've got you can change all the stuff on it.
Yes.
You don't have to go in the menu.
I love that.
So like argentique.
Yeah.
You know that name in French, but really old school one. Like typical.
The old the old like the cameras from the 60s. Everything analog. In English we call analog.
Analog. Yeah. Analog one.
Yeah. I have a couple here. I love film photography. I love film photography. So I love it when I can I have everything. It's fast.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Now so much everything. You have to slide through the scroll through the the menu. It takes too much time. Now,
that's it.
That was my other question too. Like, I remember taking photos for my friend when he was surfing, and it was really hard because it's so fast, and the action is really fast. Is that a challenge too for you in the mountains?
Yes, of course. Like for every sport,
right?
When you shoot a action sport, it's you have to capture the moment and to so you have to imagine about the speed where the skiers or the biker gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So you have to get used to it.
That's
You know what I mean?
yeah. You know, it takes time, man.
It's yeah.
I
You have to.
I'm not good at sports photography because you really like you have to think ahead because
That's it.
you're not shooting here, you're shooting where they're going to be. Like you need to shoot
Yeah.
here, they're coming here, so you don't shoot here, you need to be shooting here and ready for them to come into the shot.
Yeah.
That's hard.
And often when you shoot a skier
Yeah.
in the powder
Mm-hmm.
and the skier come to you,
Yeah.
you have to. It's moving.
Yeah.
So you have to follow him. You've got the movement. So many movements.
Yeah.
So it could be hard sometimes to get beautiful shots.
Yeah. I was watching a video on Instagram yesterday, and it was the cameraman for the Champion League, and it was the cameraman following the football, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was like just it was the video camera, and he was just but just watching his monitor, but the camera movement was amazing that he was able to follow that. So sports photography is always really, really, really challenging because you have to think. You have to really be thinking. Now, do you do video as well, or only stills?
No, only photos.
Nice.
I'm used to do videos when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I started by filming skateboarding with my friends.
I was going to ask. How did Go ahead.
Yeah. So I found my first camera
Yeah.
at my parents' place, and we started to make skateboard videos with
Nice.
my friend. And then I bought my first camera, and I changed to. I went to photography.
Nice.
You know.
Very cool. So
That's how.
That's how you started.
Yeah, that's how I started.
Nice. Now, what? So you live in what city do you live in again? In Mont Blanc?
Chamonix Mont Blanc.
Chamonix Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc. Sorry, my French is horrible, so forgive me if I say it wrong.
No worries.
So what are some of the most your favorite places that you've gone to take photos? Because you travel a lot, right?
Not a lot, but yeah. Sometimes yes. And to me, it's for now. I guess it's Iceland.
Oh wow, yeah.
Iceland or New Zealand. To me that's my two favorites.
Why do you like Iceland
country.
so much?
Sorry?
Why do you like Iceland for photography?
But the landscape, crazy landscape. It's you know you got. Have you been there?
I haven't, but my father would go there all the time, and two of my good friends live there. So I always
it's everything. Everywhere you go, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I can describe. It's beautiful.
It's like one of the cool things about Iceland is you have, here you have snow, here you have fire.
Yeah.
It's
that's why Iceland is crazy.
Yeah,
you got totally different landscape at the same place.
Right, and it's so contrasting, and the colors, because I mean, people think about volcanoes and snow, but they have so many colors too. It's like the colors in Iceland are really beautiful. So it's one of top of my list to go someday. I really want to go to Iceland.
You should.
Yeah, I definitely. Well, how about tell me about New Zealand? What did you go shoot in New Zealand?
I wasn't there for shooting, but
just for travel.
It was just for travel. I was there for snowboarding.
Oh, nice.
Like more than 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
and I was there for 3 months, and I traveled all around the two islands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The two, because it's separated, and that's quite the same to me. It was a crazy landscape. When you travel there, it's you got the mountain, you got kind of desert, you got
Yeah.
it's so green sometimes. You've got so many beautiful lakes. It's it's a mix of everything. You got the sea.
Yeah.
You can it's and you got crazy. You got sea sea whales. No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can see
You can see whales.
so many animals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There.
So much wildlife. When I think about the country of New Zealand, I always think the Lord of the Rings, and it was so easy for them to shoot there because they have so many different types of locations. You have green, you have mountains, you have deserts, you have everything. It's really beautiful. Now, you started photography by skateboarding.
Yes.
How old were you when you started? I see two skateboards behind you as well. I see. How old were you when you started skateboarding?
11.
11. Nice.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Yeah, until I still skateboarding now.
Nice.
So it's. And I was passionate about skateboarding,
Yeah.
so I'm used to read a lot of skateboard magazines.
Yeah. Like with Thrasher and.
Yes, Thrasher and French one, and I by skateboarding.
Yeah.
I discovered my favorite photographer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know Glenn E. Friedman.
I've heard the name. I don't know his work, but I've heard the name.
He used to take so many pictures at the beginning of skateboarding,
Really?
like with Dogtown.
Yeah.
So he's the pioneer.
Have you ever seen the Dogtown documentary?
I've seen it.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I used to live just south of Venice Beach. When I lived in Los Angeles, I lived just south of Venice Beach. And so when I watched the Dogtown documentary, I thought that was so cool because I knew all of those areas. And it was a really cool thing. Now, and to think about it like that I love thinking about how too, like, skateboarding really evolved because that one summer when California was having a drought, and so no one was all the pools were empty because there was not enough rain, and so all the pools were empty. So people were like, "Well, let's go skateboarding in people's pools," and they would sneak in and do it. But I've always loved skateboarding culture because people are really skateboarders are really, to me, open-minded. They try new things. There's willingness to try stuff. And so, with skateboarding, did you try any other action sports? Did you do snowboarding or surfing or anything like that? Any other board sports?
Yeah.
Which one do you...
snowboarding.
Yeah?
Yeah, I snowboard since, same age,
Nice.
11.
Now,
And,
where you live, is there really good snowboarding there?
Yeah, it's a good place to go. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
How often do you guys go snowboarding?
You mean?
Do you go? Can you go every day in the wintertime?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Nice.
Every day because I walk.
Yeah.
I go all the time on my snowboard.
That's awesome.
During winter time.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I can go. I don't know, maybe 100 days a season.
That's awesome.
We have long seasons in Germany. Like almost 6 months, 5 months.
That's awesome.
So yeah. a lot of days.
So that's my other question. In the winter time, you're doing a lot of like action sports for snow. But what about so winter time? You're taking photos of snow, boarding, skiing, snow climbing. What about the summertime? What do you take pictures of in the summertime?
About trail running.
Yeah, of trail riding.
You know, I walk sometimes on a few events.
Nice.
And I work for brands.
Yeah.
For their campaign.
Okay.
So I shoot running stuff in the mountain or
Yeah.
or mountain biking.
Yeah.
As well.
I was gonna say, is there a lot of mountain biking there too?
A lot. Yeah, a lot.
My brother is a big mountain biker. I love mountain biking, but here in Vietnam, there's not many trails. It's sad. I miss it. But I'm sure near where you live is there it must be a lot of downhill mountain biking.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's quite the same as wintertime. I mean, there's so many people who ski the winter, they mountain biking during summertime.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
So the same trails, same stuff, but
that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Now that's cool. That's really cool. Now, when you focus on shooting summer or winter, what is different for you? Do you take the same gear for photography, or do you take different gear with you when you go in the summer and the winter?
To me, it's so much easier during summertime.
Yeah.
Because it's warm, so we don't have too many clothes and I brought quite the same in my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, not because sometimes you have to hike.
Yeah.
To go in the mountain, or I don't, maybe one more lens.
Yeah.
But it's quite the same.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Now, how far do you have to hike in the winter? How far is it? Is it really far up through the snow?
Sometimes yes. Like sometimes you spend 4-5 hours hiking in the cold.
Yeah. Oh.
It depends where we have to go, but last winter in Chamonix, the ski resort were closed. So
because of COVID.
we had to,
because of COVID, yeah.
Yeah, because of COVID. So we spent the season hiking from the bottom, from down in the valley.
Oh, wow.
To go.
Oh, wow.
So that was very long hike.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh my gosh.
And when the springtime comes, it's harder and harder because the snow melts and you have to walk from the bottom. Then you can go by, you can hike with your split board. Okay. So you have to walk. Then when you find the snow, you hike again.
Oh my gosh. Right. Oh my gosh. That must be so tiring. See, that's the thing too. Like people, outdoor photography. I'm excited to interview, like, I found a couple photographers that take pictures for National Geographic, out on location. Yeah. And then I saw your photos that were out in the mountains and I was like, wow. For me, when I do something, I'm going to a studio, turn on the air conditioner. It's nice and cool.
Yeah.
If I need to, I'm like, can I order a drink? Oh, thank you. Have my drink, a cup of coffee, get some food. And then I'm like, okay, time to take pictures. Oh, let's go and relax.
Yeah.
I get in my car, air conditioner's on. It's nice. But like outdoor photography, like to me, I've always respected so much because you have to work for it. Every shot you have to work for. It's not easy and not everyone can do it. And so like honestly, hundreds of photographers can do my job because it's not so challenging. They just have to come into the same location and be a little but not a lot of people can do your job because it takes more work and skill, and you have to have knowledge of your camera, knowledge of the mountain.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Of course, it's yeah. You said everything but first, I think when you are outdoor photographer, first you like sport.
yeah,
You practice. You used to practice what you're going to shoot.
that's a good point.
To me, you know the sport.
Yeah,
And so yeah, it's your thing. It's I mean, me, I can't do what you do. I don't know how to shoot in a studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It could be hard. To me, it's more difficult to do what you're gonna do
yeah.
than what I'm gonna do.
Really? See,
It's yeah.
I think that I respect what you're saying, but I still think yours is harder because I can't do I hate the cold. I get too cold. So
Yeah. Of course, but when you
it's so much fun though, right?
But it's where you live. I mean, if you live in the mountain, you're used to it, and you learn. Everything is it's just a question of experience.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think experience, but also like knowledge. Because knowing how. If I tried to climb a mountain, the mountain would toss me down. I would fall. Because you have to know how to climb the mountain. Like for me, because like say we start our day. I start my day. I take a taxi. That's easy. The hard part for me is the photography. But for you, you have to get up the mountain. You have to think about the conditions. You have to think about the camera. You have to think about outdoor photography. You're dealing with all right, what time of day, what type of sunlight, do we have clouds? There's a lot to think about, so much to think about.
And of course for winter, the snow conditions.
Yes, the snow conditions. Now
because
talk to me more about that.
Snow conditions, the first problematic is because sometimes you hike so far away to find the line or whatever spot you wanted to shoot, and the snow is not good.
Yeah,
it could be not good, and you're here and you can't do anything, so you have to change your plans. So everything, it's not just okay, we go there and we will see. You really have to think about everything before you go there.
Yeah.
With the crew, because you're not alone. You're with the skier or snowboarder or a cameraman. You're not alone to go. So sometimes, it's often you think before you go about everything.
Always changes, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's a really interesting point because it's like I was thinking like imagine the snow is like just pure powder, then hiking is going to be really hard in powder because you're sinking in deep and so you're so tired. I remember it's like for me growing up in Los Angeles. I grew up in San Diego and LA, and walking for 5 kilometers, it's easy, not so bad. Walking for 5 kilometers on sand, that's really tiring,
Yeah.
And so and the same thing for snow. 5 kilometers in the snow, it's
different.
It's different. It's really different.
Yeah. And with the highs.
Oh, that's right. Altitude, yeah.
You if you don't choose to hit, that's it. The cardio is not the same.
Yeah, because like for me right now, I am I think about 5 meters above sea level. My house, only 5 meters. We are really,
Okay.
really low. It's very,
Yeah.
it's very much. This is a wetland. The river is right here, and so the river
Okay.
connects to the ocean. So we're 5 meters above sea level. For you, how many? What's the altitude there?
1,035
Meter.
meters.
Oh man, yeah. If I came there, I tried to hike that mountain. I'm like,
Yeah, but yeah, I guess so.
I'm
A
sure.
bit.
I'm sure. I'm sure, man. But see, that's something too that people don't think about. That I wonder, does like one thing that I would be a problem about taking photography in the snow too would be the snow glare. So it's really bright, right? Lots of reflection.
Yeah. Yeah.
So bright, so much light. Because like it's like the sun comes down and all that light bounces back up. So
Yeah.
is it a problem sometimes that it's too bright?
Sometimes yes,
Yeah.
but you try to adjust your angles or make something more artistic to change that that bad things
Yeah.
in the good things.
That's a
Yeah.
interest. I like that. Changing bad into good, man.
Sometimes you think like this to get your photo better than only if it's a bad lights. It's too
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
I do. Well, and I'm curious too, like, because when I'm shooting photos for indoor and like I love shooting or for movies and stuff, and it's we can add extra lights. I love shooting like f1.8, f2.4, something that's really shallow.
Yeah.
But for when you do sports photography, do you shoot low aperture or high aperture, like 12, 8? What do you normally shoot?
Sometimes more
Like
because of the lights.
yeah.
But it's more in between 5 to 12. But that's really me personally. I try to get in that 5 to 12.
5 to 12.
But sometimes more. Yeah, really more. You need when you got so many lights. So much. It's really bright.
Yeah,
you can go higher.
Yeah. Because
till 22.
Yeah, right. And that's what I was thinking. Like, for me, when I go to shoot outside, I have a problem. I'm like, oh my god, it's so much. I want to shoot f1.4, but it's like, the image is so bright. I'm like, oh my god, I can't. I can't outside. So you have to add. We have to add, like when we're doing like fashion stuff, you have to add a screen, a diffusion. You know what I mean, to like stop some of the light. But in the mountains, you can't do that.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Or shutter speed.
Yeah, right. You gotta work with your shutter speed too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Well, I'm really I'm always fascinated by outdoor photography. Now, do you ever play around with GoPros or things like that? Do you use some of those for when you guys go up there?
No, I tried when it was the second one.
Yeah.
GoPro 2.
Yeah.
I had one, but no, to me it was too many people were with their GoPro, and I was like, oh, it's a waste of time. I'm lazy about about
I understand
having it, and
I understand.
So I like it simply. So
I love it. And that's why I love film photography. I love film photography because it forces me to choose my angles, forces me to really think about my shot, because to plan, like I have to plan. Like today I'm shooting the film is shutter speed. The film is ISO 200, so I know that with 200 film I need more light. I need to, think about And then when I'm shooting with that, like the film, like each film has a different color, you know?
Yeah.
So like Kodak is very warm, you know, and then Fuji, like their film is more green. It's more cool. And you think about that. If I'm going to the woods, then I'm shooting Fuji.
Yeah.
You know, because if I'm out in the green woods and in the forest, I want Fuji, because Kodak won't make those trees so beautiful, but Fuji makes them really nice.
Oh, nice tips.
Yeah. So that's something that I always recommend. That if you want to shoot skin is like going to be Portra, Kodak Portra, and so it's the best for skin. But those are things I learned, you know, and just because of things I had to think about when I go out to prepare, because I feel like the one problem I have with digital photography and camera, phones, is that it's too easy and people don't think about their shots. They are, it's just,
that's it.
You know,
that's it now.
You can take thousands of photos and it's no problem. For me, I have 36. I have 36 chances to get it right. And not thousands. I have 36. You know what I mean? Because I remember like the last digital, I shoot digital too for work, but you know, the last photo shoot I did, I had, 500 photos. You know, but when I take out 4 rolls of film, I don't have that much, you know? And so it makes me, I really have to think. And that's what I love. I love the old style because it makes me, I have to plan and prepare.
Yeah, that's it. You're focused on what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And not just, as you said, you really, it's a different way.
Yeah.
And sometimes we should think more like this.
Yeah.
Even with a numeric camera.
I agree. Even with it, we should slow down.
Yeah, slow down. Yeah, slow down.
Yeah, right? My daughter takes really good photos, actually. I bought her a camera, and she's just really good with her photography. But one of the things that I'm constantly telling her with her little camera, this is it. It's a little tiny Canon. It's just little small mini Canon. I just give it to my daughter, nice. And I'm like, okay, go take pictures today. And she loves it. And we'll have picture day. But she's too fast. Always wants to go, rush. And I'm just like,
okay,
slow down. Get a good photo. Get a good photo. Don't just take hundreds. Get a good photo. And so once I taught her that, she starts doing it. And she starts she sits there and she looks at it. She's like, I like that. Click. And then she's like, how about this, Daddy? And I was like, but it just was like, I think any of us is sometimes the best advice we can give ourselves is to slow down.
Yeah.
Or at least
nice one.
Right? What are?
Yeah, you're right.
What advice would you give people who want to become a outdoor action photographer?
It's hard to say, but
no problem.
I don't know. Don't try to make the same that everybody,
Yeah.
Because now Instagram is everybody try to make the same photos.
Yep.
And they see this and okay, I'm gonna do the same because it works. It's like that, but not finally. So just follow your own imagination and
I love that.
That's all.
Well, that's the thing. Like for my podcast, right? I was thinking about this too. Like, if I want to get my podcast lots of views, then I should only interview people with lots of fans or lots of followers. But the problem with that is then I miss really interesting people. And so I think for me, my choice is focusing on quality, focusing on really interesting people. I don't care. Don't focus on numbers. Don't focus on likes. Don't focus on, oh, this photo of his, it got 10 million views. I need to do the same photo. No. Just do what's interesting and special for you. Like for me, if a person has 20 fans, okay, doesn't matter if they're interesting, because focus on interesting stories. So I agree 100%. I think that's really
good. All good.
Yeah, really good advice.
Yeah.
Now, where do you want to go travel and take photos?
I'd like to go in, like Norway.
Nice.
Really in Scandinavia. Really north.
The north of Scandinavia.
Because, like Finland, Norway, or Sweden. On the Arctic Circle. That's it. Yeah. And maybe go back to New Zealand.
Nice.
But I got so many places to go before. But Japan is, I never been there, but
I've been to Japan. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, because you got the lights, the city, and the mountain as well.
Yeah.
And I really love to go there.
I want to go to Japan to see two places, one or three. I want to go see Hokkaido, the northern island that's very cold, that has all of the snow monkeys. I want to see the snow monkeys. I really want to see that. I want to go to Kyoto, the old Kyoto, the old capital of Japan. It was really beautiful. But I also want to go to, there's this one place that I can't remember the name, but it's like a Buddhist pilgrimage place near Osaka. And they have all of these trails through the mountains that people used to walk to pray. And I think it's like, it's about 80 kilometers of hiking trails through the mountains. And all along the way are many temples. There's all of these Buddhas on this trail. I really want to go there and take some photos. I would love to go there, because to me that's nice, right? Really special. But I've never been to Scandinavia. A lot of my friends live there, but the far north sounds really beautiful. Yeah. It's and it's, I love that wild. It's very wild. You can see anybody. It's like maybe some places in Alaska or Canada, very wide, and you can see Aurora Borealis. Yeah. That's it. I love it. In English. The Aurora Borealis. That's right. Same. So I would love to see that. One of the things like I thought was really interesting, right, that you just pointed out too, is like, most people are always around people, like all day, everywhere. Like my city, I'm surrounded by millions of people, but like when you go up to northern places, like you might not see someone for a couple days, it's really that. Last week there was a man stuck at sea. A man was stuck in the ocean for 26 days. 26 days in the ocean. Wow. And they interviewed him, and they said, how was it? Like, are you okay? Was it so horrible? He didn't say it was bad. You know what he said? He says, it was really nice. And like, what do you mean it was nice? He's like, I got away from society, from people. He's like, I just relaxed for 26 days on the ocean. Yeah. Like, and I was like, wow, that man is really awesome. If he had food and clear water, right? Why not? Right? There's you always see online I remember on Facebook, people would share this picture of like a cabin in the woods, and they're like, you get to live here for forever, but you have to give up Facebook. Would you do it? And I was like, yes, obviously.
Yes,
Of course. Right? Of course. It's like anyone who says, no, I need Facebook, you're crazy. You're crazy. Give me that house in the woods, man, every day.
Yeah.
I grew up in the countryside too, and I miss the mountains. So it's special.
Yeah, me, I'm really like, I really love quiet places, wild. I like city, but just for a few days.
Yeah.
I'm really, yeah. I could be lost I'd like to get lost, you know.
I love that.
You go where nobody goes, and that's what I like.
In America, the place that I went, that I one of the places that I loved the most was in Montana. In Montana, part of Montana they call Big Sky Country. And what's really crazy is you go there, and it's really special because, like, it's so far from major cities, and then you look up, and the sky is so big, and there are so many stars, and like my daughter, one of the problems growing up in the city, we go outside at night, and my daughter, she's like, she can see 4 stars. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. She hardly seen stars in her life.
Yeah.
She doesn't see. She hasn't seen many stars, you know. And so I want to take her so bad to see that place where it's just like you can see the heavens, the Milky Way. I love that.
Yeah, it must be frustrating to not seeing the stars and. Yeah, we get lucky in here. We can see them.
Yeah.
We can see we got lights, a lot of lights, but we can still see the sky.
That's awesome.
At night.
That's really awesome. I think it also reminds me too how much we need to protect the nature. You know, how much we have to protect the natural world, because mankind is slowly moving more and more and more into those places that are wild.
Yeah.
It's tough, you know.
But it's not good to see that. Huh?
But you know, one of the things that I love about action sports people too is that there is this love for nature, and I think that people have that. Yeah,
we really have this in common.
Mm-hmm.
Outdoor photographers, it's really like nature photographer. I mean, it goes together.
Yeah.
Without that, you're not an outdoor photographer.
Right. That's so true.
Yeah. We need the nature.
Mm-hmm. We have to love
to
it.
Do it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, what? Let's imagine that you can go to take photos of any sport, any athlete. What would you like to do? What would you like to take photos of?
Really loves to. I'd like to take surf photos.
Nice.
Because it's warm. You're in the sand.
Right.
You beautiful beach. You know, it must be really the contrast between mountains and the sea. I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm really like to do, but like cycling pictures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like cycling, so it could be very artistic as well.
I think so.
The bicycles, the cities, the structures you can see can be artistic. And fishing photos as well. I like fishing, so
that's awesome.
like in the nature, lost in the nature, fly fishing.
Oh, fly fishing is so photo like those fly fishing photos are beautiful, man. You see that, and it's just whipping back and get that caught in slow motion.
Yeah,
beautiful, man. I think that's a beautiful wish. Well, brother, I want to say thank you so much for coming on and having a conversation with me tonight. Hopefully,
thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too horrible.
No. It's all good. I'm really happy we met.
And I am as well, my friend. And I learned a lot today, so thank you for that. I'm gonna go and think about how I can take some action photography, some outdoor photography.
Yeah, let's share it then.
I would love to, man.